you angry motherfucker, man. Shit.
You didn't have to wait at the fucking gate for 20 minutes.
Why you didn't call it sooner?
Look, bitch. Okay, so, right, motherfucker. Okay.
Look,
When I
at
come
the
up
gate,
here,
I told the guy, he knows what your name is, Crunk.
What's your name? These hands.
Where's these hands?
motherfucker. I come here all the time. I type in the same address. K572.
K57. I know. I
Same
forgot. I
fucking
should have told
address
you.
all the time.
I should have told you.
And Markup's like, bro, Sean, you're not you're not listening. The fuck you mean I'm not listening? I come here all the time with the same fucking address. They didn't call you in. Fuck you mean they didn't call me in? Now there's some random bitches behind me getting mad. I'm like, eat a dick.
You catch these hands. And with that being said, welcome to GAMEKAST
Fuck y'all.
Episode 3, featuring
The one.
the only, I'm going live man himself, Sean.
Going live.
What's up? Eating his mozzarella sticks. Don't just be throwing garbage in here neither. So this is gonna be a quick one. But Sean, I wanted to get your opinions. This is gonna be mostly about you. I wanted to get your opinions on a couple things. First of all, I want to get your opinion on Final Fantasy 15.
All right.
How do you feel about that game? No, try not to give any spoilers.
No, just go through all the topics and then what else do you want me to speak about today?
The Nintendo Switch and the news that it's going to be 1 terabyte. I mean, 1 teraflop. 720p screen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Scaled with the 1080 from the dock.
allegedly from the dock, it's going to go to 1080.
Okay.
And how do you feel? We're going to segue into some film cast stuff.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Transformers last night? And
Fate of
the Furious.
Shit.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what you want to know first?
Let's start with Final Fantasy. Sorry,
Final Fantasy. Okay. Non-spoiler related.
Non-spoiler.
It's actually a really good game. There's a lot of things I had a lot of gripes with, which me saying things would be spoiler related.
Okay.
There's still a lot of things that I like about it. Protagonist and character wise, I actually like all the characters, which is weird. There's always that one character I'm like, I really don't care about this guy.
Right.
He can like die and I'll never bring him back to life.
Yeah.
But like the way how they work that game is everybody plays a role.
Right.
Like certain fights, you would think that you don't need Prompto if he died, but then you realize, holy shit, Prompto has this skill that's just keeping me alive.
Yeah.
And then Ignis has his own thing, and then Gladio is,
Gladio
It's Gladio.
is you. You already knocked. Big old sword.
One-handed.
Catch these hands.
Swing that sword one-handed, and he has a shield. Yes.
Yeah.
When it comes to story-wise, there's a lot of in the beginning of the game. There was points where I was like, I don't really feel like doing a story. There's no real purpose in me doing a story, right? But I always had a lot of trails played in my head for some reason, which is weird because when you see so many trails, even going back to when they first announced it to be in 15, and you saw some of the trailers, you're like, okay, let me do that. Non-spoiler related. I'm not gonna go too much into it,
Right, because I know exactly what you're talking
All
about.
right.
Yeah.
So while playing the game, it's like, you know what? I'm level 40 something. I'm only on chapter 3. Let me start playing the story now because that's like the first Final Fantasy where you can just grind your ass off doing side quests and everything and then forget about the story.
Yeah.
So I'm playing the game and then I started progressing through the chapters and then something happened in certain chapters. I was like, hold up. This is not going down like this. I'm not going to sleep knowing that this just happened. So I started playing.
That's where you're at.
So I started playing them more and more and I was like, wow. Like, in my personal opinion, I know I'm probably gonna get hated on it and ripped apart, but in my personal opinion, I think Noctis is one of the best protagonists from a Final Fantasy series.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
He's more of a realistic protagonist. He has more of a realistic personality. Like, things happen and you're upset, he's upset. And then you got to look at the game like, a lot of people looked at it like, oh, this is just a boy band, but like, they're actually like brothers. Yeah. Usually when you play the Final Fantasy game, you just get this person with your team. Hey, your mission is to save the world. I'm cool. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But this game, like, you see that they had a bond. They're friends. Yeah. Like,
they grew up together.
Even where like little things in the game, like if you ever notice when not even Noct, let's say Prompto dies, Ignis will yell out, Noct, Prompto's dying. Or if they actually fully die, they'll actually scream Noct name, and Noct will actually react to it while in mid-fight. So they have a lot of realistic personalities. I enjoyed the game a lot. I was talking to some people. They asked me what would I rate the game. I had to break it into 2 different ratings. Gameplay wise, I would give it like a strong 8.9. Story wise, I'll give it a 9.5.
You heard it first. When you heard it first from these hands.
when you actually like go through the story and actually pay attention to a lot of things, because you have to watch the 2 movies before, and then like, pick apart a lot of the things in the game. The story is actually really, really good, and it's actually, for a Final Fantasy series, besides 6, one of the darkest stories to date.
It is very dark. It's a dark story, and that's what makes it awesome.
Yeah.
That's like, what makes it awesome.
I didn't expect it, because usually, you play Final Fantasy, you're like, all right, these things are gonna happen, and things happen. You're like, oh, well, don't worry about it. You guys gonna get out of it anyway, and then you just realize, like, shit.
Like, I'm at a point right now in the story where I'm feeling like not everyone is going to make it. And I'm not even talking main character wise, but I mean just in general. Like, something's gonna go down and it's bad. You know what I mean?
And like that's what's happening to me, because when I was playing through it, I was like, holy shit, this is really happening. Holy shit. Like, non-spoiler related, when certain things happen to certain people, right? I was like, nah, yo, like,
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So you feel invested more in this.
Yeah, I was like, nah, that didn't just happen.
There's something that happens to one person in the game,
non-spoiler related, and you're just like,
I'm like, no.
I'm like, and then the after part of that, right? You're just like, come on, man.
See, I don't know yet. I don't know. So
yeah, just thinking about that part, like,
let's just stop right there, because I'm about to turn it on right now. Let me hear what you got to say about.
Wait. But before, as I continue on, the one thing I do have to say, if you want anybody out there who hasn't gotten the game yet, or who hasn't like invested that much time, personally, I fucking hate Chapter 13. It's the worst chapter in the fucking game. I wanted to break the game for Chapter 13. It pissed me off a lot. Chapter 13, that's it. Just from Chapter 13 and 13. And it's funny because Final Fantasy 13 sucked.
There was a Final Fantasy 13?
I mean, technically, there wasn't in my eyes, but still.
So it was like a game. It was like the Lightning series or something.
Something stupid.
It's some fucking dumb
but,
shit.
So, alright, so that's Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I want to, what's your opinion, really quick, how do you feel about the Switch right now and at this moment?
Get ready for these hands.
Honest and truthfully, this is actually one of the Nintendo consoles I'm actually looking forward to. Not even lying about it, because of the fact of, like, I want to see what can they do that's interesting. I know we ripped apart the Wii U because, why the fuck got tablet and, all sort of shit. And then they kept the idea. They kept the idea, if you realize. But I want to see what they can do. They have third-party support so far. They have a lot of first-party games. Like, we know that's going to come. I want to see how the battery life on that handheld is. I think that's a really cool concept. I'm going down the road. Let's say I'm coming by your house, right? And I'm playing, I don't know, Oblivion. Right? Just a random game. I'm playing Oblivion in my house. I'm like, I'm gonna still play. I don't want to stop playing it, but I gotta go by this guy's house. So just lift off the dock. If the battery life is good enough, I think that's one of the greatest things ever. Yeah, I guarantee you that Sony and Microsoft is gonna copy the same idea.
Probably. And then you just can bring it to the crib, plug it into my dock if I have one.
Yeah.
If the docks like if they have open docks, then yeah. If not, just sit down on your couch.
I hope it has open docks. That would be kind of dumb.
If they didn't,
you know what I mean?
I mean, it's Nintendo. Think about it. I mean, think about this: the Wii U, you couldn't use another gamepad on.
That's true.
Console, so
Nintendo don't. Anyway, so
And as long as the accessories aren't a fucking arm and a leg,
they will be. You know they will be. That's Nintendo.
Stupid. It's so stupid.
You imagine what a memory card is going to cost you? Because you know it's going to be a proprietary memory unit.
Yeah. But then again, didn't one of the Game Boys use like a SD card?
The 3DS.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like Nintendo knows they have some kind of steam behind this, and they're going to milk it.
Question. How big of a file do you think these games are going to be?
If they're doing third party, they have to be like 50 gig size games.
They're gonna be huge.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, and also gotta remember a lot of the space that's taken up and nowadays video games just from fucking visual effects.
Which they're not going to be too heavy on anyway.
So
I guess.
I don't think maybe 50, because 50 is what we're getting now.
But that's my point. When this comes out, look at where we are.
Yeah, but they're not going to have that same graphical. Because if you go back and look at the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, those files aren't. The biggest one is what? Grand Theft Auto 5?
I mean, granted, it's they're streaming off disc, so yeah, you have to install a bigger chunk, and this is using cartridges. But I mean, still, on that cartridge, still has to be the entire game.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see. We'll see.
I think it's gonna do fine. Hopefully.
Sorry to be rushing through everything, but we kind of have a deadline.
That's fine. It's
until
fine.
the squad gets home. Transformers: The Last Night. I ain't saying nothing about this. You already know how I feel about it. You just speak on it. Do it a couple minutes. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna make it. I'm just gonna do Fate of the Furious and Transformers 1
because they're pretty much the same movie.
I already invested like so many
into both movies,
so I'm gonna watch it anyway. They're both gonna suck, but I'm still gonna watch it. And when I leave that there, I'm gonna be like, "Damn, Transformers was fucking amazing." And then when give me like a week, I'm like, "Damn, that movie fucking sucked."
Yep, just like we did with all of them.
No,
like, damn.
Except one.
That last one, I said sucked when I was at the movie theater, and I still say it sucks.
Look, let me tell you how Transformers works for me, okay? I was a child. I was a little little comet.
You're welcome.
Rock, right? And I used to go home, get home from school, shut up. I watched my Transformers. I didn't know what the hell was going on. All I know is people was getting shot and things was blowing up. And I was excited. When they announced the first movie, I still didn't know what the fuck was going on. And I was excited as shit. And things was blowing up. And in the second movie, the same damn thing. The third movie, well, that's, yeah. But then the fourth movie came out, and I'm like, I'm starting to understand things that's going on. It's fucking awesome, but it still sucks. So, I mean, like I said.
I mean, isn't it an issue that they're just daisy chaining these random movies just to be movies?
I mean, look at the movie industry. Everything's just getting chained in there, man. Everything has a movie. Assassin's Creed has a movie, for crying out loud. They're making the Last of Us movie that got delayed again. They're probably making
an Uncharted movie.
They're making an Uncharted movie. They're making a Tomb Raider movie, which I'm trying to figure out how the hell they're gonna do that, but whatever. You know, so at this point, everything is just becoming a movie nowadays.
Everything can become a movie, but it's about the due diligence, like the little details, following the story that's
Hollywood doesn't care about details, because if they cared about details, most of these movies would actually be good. Yeah. If they cared about details, Marvel would not have the problem with villains, and if they cared about detail, DC would not have the problem that they're having right now. It's just that simple.
It's about family, Sean. That's what it is. It's about family. For 7 movies, it's about family. And then the 8th movie,
I said the same
in the film cast.
I said the same thing. I was like, I'm watching the trailer, I'm like, wait a minute. So the past 7 movies, all that shit about family don't fucking matter. Well, technically 6, because he wasn't really in one of the movies. So the end, right?
Well, he talked about family in then too. Like, Han was family, so you know.
You know why? Because he got him a snowflake now. You know what I mean?
And that's true. But I mean, I said that movie.
It's predictable. And
it is, and guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be like, damn, that car was awesome. Damn, that car was awesome. Yo, that shit was funny as hell. And then give me a week, and I'm be like, damn, that movie was so fucking
that's what's gonna happen. That's just how things happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate for a great franchise, but it is what it is. You know? So we're gonna have to cut this one a little bit short because the squad is home. I just heard the garage door open. But I promise you, we will be back, and Sean, Mr. Catch These Hands, will be back with the cast full time.
Yes, I am. I am full time. Just
things happen and things have to get done and blah blah blah. And let's not talk about Mr. One Job Shaquille. Anyway, thanks for joining. This was GameKast episode 3, kind of a slash TechCast, Filmcast kind of thing too, right?
Yeah. A little crossover cast.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for tuning in again. Don't forget like, subscribe, all that good
Share,
stuff.
Dislike, like again.
Talk about Sean's hands. Look at them things. They're like boxing gloves.
Mitts.
Peace.
Peace.